Clint Eastwood's love life has never been ordinary. It has been a whirlwind of marriages, hidden affairs, and high-stakes romances that kept Hollywood whispering for decades. But even for a man with such a reckless history, there are 6 women he could never truly shake off. 6 women who left a mark so deep that, even at 95, Clint admits they are impossible to forget. Who are these women, and what made them so permanent in the mind of the man with no name? Join us at Royal Time of Hollywood as we reveal the 6 loves Clint Eastwood could never leave behind. Number 1 is Sondra Locke, the storm he couldn't escape. If there was ever one woman Clint Eastwood could never erase, it was Sondra Locke. Their relationship wasn't just a chapter. It was a messy, high-stakes novel filled with professional triumph and personal betrayal. They met in 1972, but the spark ignited on the set of The Outlaw Josie Wales in 1975. For over a decade, they were Hollywood's golden couple, co-starring in 6 films. Sondra believed she had done the impossible, made the world's most famous wanderer monogamous. However, the dream turned into a nightmare. Locke later claimed Eastwood was controlling, discouraging her independent directing career. The breaking point came in 1989. While Sondra was away working, Clint changed the locks on their Bel Air home and placed her belongings in storage. The fallout resulted in decades of legal warfare, including a high-profile palimony suit and a later fraud case involving a sham movie deal. Sondra passed away in 2018, but the bitterness of their ending remains a permanent scar on Clint's legacy. She was the one woman who didn't bring him peace, but a storm he could never outrun. Number 2 is Maggie Johnson, the foundation. To understand the chaos of Clint's later years, you have to start with Maggie Johnson. She was his first wife, the woman who held the beginnings of his fame together while he was still finding his footing in the 1950s. They met on a blind date in 1953. Maggie was a student. Clint was a recently discharged soldier. Though they married quickly, Clint struggled with the restrictions of commitment. Unknown to Maggie, Clint had already fathered a child, Lori Murray, who was placed for adoption without his knowledge right around the time of their wedding. Despite decades of Clint's wandering eye, including a 14-year secret affair, Maggie remained a figure of quiet dignity. They had 2 children, Kyle and Allison, and built a home in Carmel to escape the Hollywood glare. Though they divorced in 1984 with a $25 million settlement, Maggie remained the anchor of his early life. Her endurance and grace in the face of his infidelity made her a woman he could never truly dismiss from his conscience. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to check out the other stories and shocking updates on our channel. We've covered many incredible celebrity journeys, tragic endings, and untold Hollywood secrets that you don't want to miss. Binge watch our previous videos to discover more surprising facts, emotional stories, and where your favorite stars are today. Your support helps us bring you more powerful content like this, so don't forget to explore, watch more, and stay tuned for the next video. Number 3 is Roxanne Tunis, The Secret Life. While married to Maggie, Clint maintained a shadowy, parallel life with stuntwoman Roxanne Tunis. Their affair began on the set of Rawhide in 1959 and lasted nearly 14 years. This wasn't a fleeting fling, it was a deeply ingrained second life. In 1964, Roxanne gave birth to Clint's daughter, Kimber. For years, the public had no idea she existed. Roxanne never sought the spotlight or the Eastwood payday. She lived quietly, raising Kimber largely on her own, while Clint visited every few months. When Roxanne passed away in 2023, Kimber shared that Clint was just as devastated as she was. For all the secrecy, the bond between them was a constant thread in his life for over half a century. Number 4 is Jocelyn Reeves, The Quiet Partnership. In the mid-1980s, while still entangled in a legal battle with Sondra Locke, Clint began a relationship with flight attendant Jocelyn Reeves. This was a partnership conducted almost entirely out of the public eye at his Hog's Breath Inn in Carmel. From this relationship came 2 of Clint's most famous children, Scott and Catherine Eastwood. Unlike the stormy drama with Sondra, Jocelyn provided a sense of domestic stability away from the cameras. Scott Eastwood has since become a major star in his own right, often speaking of the tough love and discipline his father instilled in him during those years. Jocelyn remained a ghost in the Hollywood machine, present in the bloodline, but absent from the tabloids. Number 5 is Frances Fisher, Love at First Sight. In 1988, Clint met actress Frances Fisher on the set of Pink Cadillac. For Frances, it was love at first sight. She famously arrived at a pre-production party on roller skates and locked eyes with Clint, a moment she said felt like the final piece of a puzzle falling into place. By 1993, they welcomed their daughter, Francesca. For a brief moment, it seemed Clint had finally settled into domestic bliss. He was more present and involved as a father than ever before. However, the honeymoon ended when Frances discovered Clint's ongoing entanglements with other women, including the mother of his previous children. They split in 1995, but unlike his ending with Sondra, Clint and Frances remained on good terms. She remains one of the few women who challenged him emotionally and remained a respected co-parent. Number 6 is Dina Ruiz, the second Mrs. Eastwood. In 1992, a young news anchor named Dina Ruiz interviewed Clint Eastwood. The chemistry was undeniable. Clint later admitted they flirted throughout the entire interview. By 1996, they were married in a surprise ceremony in Las Vegas. Dina was a breath of fresh air, young, energetic, and adored by the public. They had a daughter, Morgan, and for years, they were the picture of a successful Hollywood marriage. But the reality of their life changed when Dina launched the reality show Mrs. Eastwood and Company. Clint, famously private, hated the exposure. The tension grew until the marriage unraveled in 2013 in a series of shocking twists involving wife-swapping rumors with a family friend. Despite the messy end, Dina has never spoken an ill word of Clint, calling him a wonderful, good-natured person. She was the woman who almost made the legend stay put. The final companion, Christina Sandera. While not on the original list of 6 haunting loves, we must mention Christina Sandera, the woman who brought Clint peace in his final decade. A hostess at his Mission Ranch hotel, Christina wasn't a celebrity. She was his companion. They lived a low-key life in Carmel, grocery shopping and enjoying sunsets together. Tragically, Christina passed away in July 2024 at the age of 61. Her death was a massive blow to the 94-year-old icon, marking the end of perhaps the only quiet romance he ever had. Clint Eastwood's 95 years have been defined by these powerful, complicated women. From the legal battles with Sondra to the quiet dignity of Maggie, each one shaped the man who became a cinematic god. Which of Clint's legendary loves shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this trip through the golden age of celebrity history, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Royal Time of Hollywood. Hit the bell notification so you never miss a story.